Today, I built the first of 3 MOCs using the new Disney 100 collectible minifigures, and I'm going to be showing you the process of how I got from here to here. But first, I have to decide on which minifigures I want, and let me tell you, this was a process. Instead of buying the initial 3 characters I wanted, those being Robin Hood, Prince John, and Mulan, I ended up buying a lot more than that. But even with all these new characters, I still didn't know what I wanted my final MOC to be. I ended up choosing Pocahontas because I remember liking the movie as a kid, and I didn't have any interest in using any of the other characters, for now. And with my minifigure ready, I decided I needed to rewatch the movie because I didn't actually remember any of it. I'm about to start watching Pocahontas. I'm doing this to get inspiration from the film for what to build. I will check in with you guys about halfway through the film, and then I will be back after to start coming up with a plan. With my mind on the movie, I was looking for scenes that inspired me and would be representable in LEGO. I found 3 scenes in a raccoon that all held potential, but I wasn't sure which one to choose. The first 2 were very similar to each other, but the final scene of the movie stood out to me. I just finished the movie, and this is also an incredible scene that has so much potential, and I think this might actually be the one I'm gonna go for. But I'm not sure yet. I'm going to review the 3 scenes that I've chosen and then pick from there, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I've picked. Once I finished the movie, I put screenshots from the 2 scenes I liked best into a Google Doc and printed out the one I was going to build. I decided on the final scene from the movie because of the variety of colors and amount of potential it had to be built out of LEGO. And with my scene picked out and printed, I was ready to get building. I started the building process by gathering pieces I thought would be useful, but as always, I ended up grabbing more while building. I wanted a basic idea of the parts I was going to be using before I started building to form the shape of the MOC in my head. Once I had an idea of the direction to go in, I laid out plates and brackets for the foundation of the cliff. So I started by creating a foundation, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to build these outward from these brackets, and I'm going to create the colors from the river heading out. And so this foundation here is for the rock where Pocahontas is, and so that's going to be coming out here, and I'm going to be building up a cliff face there. So I might take out these back here because they might become unnecessary, but we're just going to keep building and see what happens. After determining the proper base of the cliff, I built it up using a variety of rockwork techniques, which brought me to the final product I was very proud of. For the cliff ledge, I wanted to use 2 large curved slope pieces on their sides to make up the majority of the ledge. I then used slopes to make up the bottom of the ledge and plates for the top. I've made quite the mess while building this, but I have a start that I'm actually really happy with, so I'm going to run with it. This is the ledge where Pocahontas is standing right there, and I had to build up a little bit of a cliff using my imagination. So I'm actually really happy with this, and it's a little unstable as you can see, but that's because I still have to add the rest of the MOC. So next is going to be the river and the forest and the boat, and we're going to start with the river. So I'm going to keep building. I wanted to make a quick prototype before I actually started building in time-lapse because I wanted an idea of where to go, and I found something I'm pretty happy with, so I'm going to keep running with this, and I'll see you guys after the time-lapse. With my template in hand, I continued the pattern of the coral slopes and lavender plates for the water. I think this was clever to portray the sun reflecting on the water since there are no lights in this MOC. This is as close to the final product as I'm gonna get because I ran out of these 1x4 plates in lavender. So the boat's gonna go right here or around here, and I have to still build up the land around, so we're gonna move on to that now, and I'll check back in with you guys once I've completely finished the build. I built up both banks of the river using dark blue plates to capture the color depicted in the picture. Because I'm going for accuracy, I tried matching the colors in the picture as closely as possible, and I think I was successful with that goal in mind. Then, I placed down dark green studs with holes on top to place the trunks of the trees. For the trees, I used a variety of pieces ranging from sticks to clubs to tree roots, and then placed dark green leaves to create the roof of the forest. Now that the forest is complete, most of the MOC is done. We just need to place Pocahontas and build the boat, and instead of a time lapse, I'm going to be building the boat in real time with you guys so I could show you all the different techniques I'm using. So let's get into it. If you guys are enjoying the video, it would mean a lot if you leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to subscribe because I've got plenty of ideas for MOCs I want to build and displays I want to share with you in the future. Now, let's get back to the video. The boat was the first thing I wanted to build because I already had some ideas for it, but they didn't work right away. I ended up building the hull of the boat out of 2 reddish-brown headlight bricks with tiles coming out so the boat would be able to stand. I finished the hull with a cheese slope and a hollow stud, attaching the masts once they were finished. The masks were made from clips and lightsaber handles, utilizing flags as sails, and 1x1 blue clips for the flags. Building in microscale was a fun challenge, and I definitely want to try other builds like this in the future. To finish off the MOC, I placed the boat on the river and Pocahontas on the cliff, and the MOC was complete. Now, let's go take a closer look. And here is the final product. It is full of color and has a lot of little details scattered throughout it. Overall, it took me a little over 3 hours to fully build and consists of about 300 pieces. I'm very happy with how this came out and the different techniques I used, including this illegal building technique. Don't tell Lego. I feel that the colors used in this MOC match the picture almost perfectly, and the rock face is tall enough to recreate the picture from the film itself. But wait, you might be thinking, didn't you say there were going to be 3 MOCs at the beginning of the video? And yes, you'd be correct. This is going to be a mini-series, and 2 more MOCs are on their way. Some spoilers were alluded to earlier in the video about these MOCs, and I can't wait to share them with you. And that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you feel the video deserves a rating, make sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. I hope you all have a safe and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one.